Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome into the St. Johns County show that's on in the afternoon. Excited for today's show.
Yeah.
We've got the St. Augustine Beach Mayor, Dylan Rumrell, in studio here with us. We got a lot to talk about.
Yes, we do.
Yeah, man. We've been talking to the beach folks a lot more recently. We had Chief Carswell on recently. That was a good talk.
Yeah. We talked about that Ron Parker Memorial, which was awesome. That just happened.
Yeah.
So, yeah, this is awesome. Awesome narrative from the beach.
Yeah. Some people forget about the beach.
Yeah.
Lots of people say it's the redheaded stepchild. I don't say that. Lots of people say it.
Lots of people say it. Yeah. Yeah. We're clearing it up.
So we'll talk to Mayor Dylan Rumrell about it. No, there's a lot going on, man.
Grateful he left the island. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, it's hard to get people from the island to come over the bridge.
Right.
And vice versa. It's hard to get us to cross over the bridge to go onto the island.
Sometimes.
There's not even a Publix anymore over there. What are we doing?
Oh, desolate.
All right, man. Before we get into that combo, we are going to tell you about our friends at Bozard Ford Lincoln. Since 1949, Bozard Ford Lincoln's been more than just a dealership. They're, of course, a family-owned beacon of trust right here in St. Augustine. Founded on honesty, integrity, and community service, that Bozard family tradition continues to thrive through generations. They've, of course, got their state-of-the-art service facility with 91 climate-controlled bays, a quick lane for no appointment-needed maintenance, and you can always go out there and enjoy the flavors of Ford's Garage while you're there. Proud recipients of the prestigious Triple Crown Award and named Florida's Dealer of the Year by Dealer Rater. Their team is dedicated to providing an enjoyable and efficient experience. Bozard Ford Lincoln offers the best in pricing, selection, and service just off I-95 and State Road 16, where your satisfaction is their mission and they are driven to inspire. And our friends at the Bailey Group. Over 300 companies and organizations trust the Bailey Group to carefully craft a benefits program that supports and reflects their vision. No matter where you want to go, they're going to help you get there together. Their top priority is helping you take care of yourself and your family. They want to learn more about your personal situation, sit down with you, identify your dreams and your goals, understand your risk tolerance, and really build the perfect plan for you. Long-term relationships that encourage open and honest communication have been the cornerstone of their foundation of success. Give them a call, 904-461-1800. All right. Mayor Dylan Rumrell, thank you very much for being back in studio with us. How you doing, sir?
Man, I'm doing great. It must be a slow news day because usually I get called in when there's nothing going on.
Well, nailed it.
So let's make some news, shall we?
No, man, you guys got a lot going on the beach right now, right?
You know, we're doing great. I think we have a really great board. I think the people out there are happy with what we're doing. We're getting projects done. We're getting money coming in from appropriations.
Yeah.
I really think that we have our stuff together. We may be the only board in St. Johns County that is doing
you know
things.
what?
Yeah.
You guys might be in the top of the pack right now.
Which is crazy.
It's pretty wild.
Well, you started
pretty
this
wild.
you pioneered this campaign of like the Mayor Minute. Like you're going around and interviewing people. I think that's showing transparency. I think it's showing a great relationship with everybody out. I think it's really cool.
Yeah, what's this all about? You trying to take our jobs here, man?
No, man. Communications is my background.
Nice.
I love just getting out there talking to people. And what a better way to do it than Monday with the mayor?
That's it.
And so I go out and I talk to our city staff. I'll start talking to residents. It's going to be a great year of just interviewing and talking to people of the city of St. Augustine Beach, which everybody can see what's going on.
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah. It's great.
Yeah. Speaking of everybody seeing what's going on, beach renourishment.
Yes.
This is something we're doing. How often do we do beach renourishment? Is it
But
yearly?
every 4 to 5 years.
4 to 5 years.
Yep, depending
yeah.
on. Now, this last one was because that the sand after the last beach renourishment was already depleted from the storms that we had, that the government came in, when I say government, federal government, came in and refurbished the beach on their nickel. And so there was no matching dollars. The county didn't have to put in any money. There was no MTSU. It was 100% done by the federal government because the sand washed it away, which it's supposed to do. It's sacrificial sand, washed away pre-condition. So that's what happened this last time.
Do you get to pick your sand?
Okay.
We don't. That is all done.
Because I mean, like Bermuda, that's all pink sand with the coral. Otherwise, that could
That's
be
a good
like
idea.
very luxury. Yeah.
The pink beaches of St. Augustine Beach.
There you go.
Why not?
There you go. That's funny. So how does that affect the pier? You know, what's the pier looking like? Are we due for maintenance on the pier or anything like that?
Yeah, the pier is going to need a little maintenance. So the last 100 feet of the pier, the pylons, the wrapping has come undone from the last several storms over the last couple of years.
we were talking about that, yeah.
And so I think in the next 6 months that will be completed. Then the whole pier will be open because right now that 100 feet is still closed off.
Right.
Other than that, I think you probably got another 10, 12 years of pier left. They say that every year. So it's still got to be another 10 to 12.
Yeah, okay.
We
there
just
you go.
reported on that though. That you can fish now off of the pier.
You
Is that
can
true?
at high tide.
Okay.
The water has come back to a degree, and you can fish. I don't know what fish swim in ankle deep water, but you can fish.
Maybe something small.
Or you got to be like Hercules and throw
Right,
as
really
far as you
cast
can
that
go.
thing out
Right.
there. Yeah, man. Yeah. Okay. You guys just recently had the Ron Parker memorial.
We did.
Out there,
We did.
correct?
Correct. And
How'd that go?
It was great to honor such a hero, right? So Ron Parker, deputy marshal, killed in the line of duty by a coward that did it, and so I'm thankful for what Ron Parker did. He set the bar for the St. Augustine Beach Police Department, and I can't tell you firsthand, but I can tell you by watching the police officers that he really was a role model for them moving forward. So, and Ron Parker Park, all the things. And so we're very grateful for what Ron Parker did to the city of St. Augustine Beach.
So paint the picture at the memorial. What was it like? How many people attended?
There's probably 75, 80 people.
Cool.
You had a
It's a
lot
good
of
showing.
men and women in law enforcement. You had first responders, EMTs, city staff was there. It was just a very somber event, but yet it recognized somebody who deserves still recognition 50 years later.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Wow, man. Very cool. I'm glad there was such a good turnout all this time later.
Yeah,
That really
yeah.
says a lot.
It says a lot.
Yeah. Capital improvements. City's recent budget kind of highlights some capital improvement projects you guys must be excited about.
We are. So my concentration since I got on the commission in 2019, so I'm going into my 6th year of being on the commission.
Wow, okay.
I was appointed in 19, so maybe 5.5 years, I guess it would be. But my goal has been infrastructure and strictly for like stormwater management, water mitigation projects. So I've been able to get about $15 million over the last several years from Tallahassee and appropriations to help pay for these improvements. And so we've been able to start doing these improvements that the city hasn't been able to do because the funding hasn't been there. So I'm very proud of what we have done as a commission. I'm proud of my vice mayor and I have both worked very hard to get these appropriation dollars. And just to put it into perspective, $15 million may sound like, it's not a lot of money. But if you equate it to the city of Jacksonville, that would be over $1 billion with a B dollars of appropriations that Jackson would have to get to match the $15 million we received at the beach. So if you put it in that respect, it's a lot of money.
Yeah,
That is a lot of money.
That's a lot. That's a lot of things can happen with that. What are some of the kind of top priorities that you see needing to be knocked out first with that money that's really going to improve people's lives in the city of St. Augustine?
Stormwater, 100%. Yep, stormwater.
all the way.
It's. I'm not a believer in sea level rise. I think that that's a term used loosely, but I know that the water table is getting higher. And I know that during storms of years past, you grew up here, I grew up here.
Yeah.
Streets are flooding now that weren't flooding before.
Yeah.
So something is going on, whether it be development, whether it be water rising, who knows what the whole answer is.
Are you guys seeing that as much on the beach as they are in the city, though? Because I'm
Certain
seeing
pockets.
it very much in the city. And I honestly, I think it has to do with a lot that they've tried to do to mitigate the flooding. It has unfortunately made it a little bit worse in the city of St. Augustine. But you're seeing that on the beach as well a little bit?
Certain pockets, Pete, we see it in certain areas of the city of St. Augustine Beach, not everywhere, but areas where, the houses might have been built in the 40s and 50s, and it's really low, and then you have other places that have built up, because that's the code, right? So, you had old code, new code, and so now the runoff is going down, and so I think it's just a parade of horribles, but we've got to fix it, because those are our taxpayers, those are our city streets, and we got to make sure that we take care of our people.
So what does that look like on an engineering level? Like raise the ground? Like what does that look like?
Just get better storm drains and then pumps, right? So the fastest way to get water out is to pump. And so we have pump stations. So
That's
we have
everybody's question, right?
Yeah.
Where does it go to when you
the
pump it
city of
out?
St. Augustine.
That's why. It's you guys.
It's us.
Knew it.
Making news.
So we have the Mizell Pond off of Mizell Road. And what we do, we have these turbine engines with the weir that we have. So Matthew knocked out our old weir. We had to put a new one in. It's all state of the art. And so when we crank those things up, it pushes the water out to the intercoastal. Oh. And so, but that is our drainage for all of the city of St. Augustine Beach is through that weir system off of Mizell Road.
Wow. So it's crucial. It's
crucial.
Okay.
How
is it running now? As you see it?
We're good. Yeah. Okay. Right now we're doing good. It's, maintaining the ditches, cleaning those out, making sure the pipes are cleared. I mean, it's stuff that as a layman, I'm not an engineer, so I don't want to pretend I'm an engineer, but just as a normal human being, if there's blockage in a pipe, unclog it.
Yeah.
If the grass is too high, mow it.
Yeah. Keep it
it's real simple.
Yeah.
Keep it simple.
Yeah. Okay, well, that's exciting.
Yeah, so
that's
we're
exciting that there's some good money coming in to make some improvements.
True. It's great. It's great for the residents.
Yeah.
You were recently recognized as the 2024 Home Rule Hero.
Right, yeah.
By the Florida League of Cities. What does that mean?
It's advocating for your city. And so there's a lot of policy, which I have a lot of friends in Tallahassee, and I believe they're doing good work.
Okay.
But the policy is that not one size fits all, right? So things that are legislative done in Miami does not work in North Florida. Things that we do in North Florida does not work in Miami. So you have to advocate for what may work in your area. So I was really a strong proponent to work with the legislators, but also working with them to do bills that will also help us up here. Don't think of just South Florida, Central Florida, where that's the population. So there's more senators, more representatives from that area than North Florida because of population. But don't forget us up here. We have our own unique needs and special things that we need up here, and let's incorporate that within the bills. And we've been successful doing that. And so it's really advocating for your local municipality.
So I got to bring it up then, the Great Outdoors Initiative, right? I mean, that's something that you had to really, that was a hot fire moment, but it was cool to see our whole town rally for something that they passionately believe in. Can you talk about that moment as being a mayor and like, how did you go through those waters?
Well, first of all, it was the right thing to do. Sometimes doing the right thing may not be the most political right thing to do, right? I'm going up against a great governor of the great state of Florida. But the decision that was made to put hotels and pickleball courts and all this stuff into a state park that was purchased for conservation, right? Let's talk about purchase for conservation.
Yeah.
You're going to ruin that. That's not a good idea. And so it was an easy decision for me. It was the right decision for the residents, but it was an easy decision for me. That's a park I go to. My kids have gone to. They grew up playing in. Yeah. Many kids that grew up in St. Augustine or families that come visit St. Augustine.
Right. Field trips, all of it.
That's the spot, right?
Yeah.
So that's the least, there's no commercial development inside of a state park, and there shouldn't be.
Right.
And I stand by that today, and I got mayors from Jacksonville. I got city council members from Jacksonville. I put a coalition together of people that said, hey, let's save our park. And it worked.
Yeah.
Really, truly.
It was a pretty amazing showing by, it wasn't just us here in St. Augustine,
Correct.
St. Augustine Beach. I mean, this was one thing that really the entire state came together on. And it was one of the most impressive things I've ever seen during one of the most heated political seasons I can remember in modern history. And you've got people from every walks of every political aisle standing, hand in hand, toe to toe, saying, we don't want this. And we're absolutely not going to put up with it. And you and many other leaders really took the lead here in our area. And we were very, very grateful of that.
Well, again, it's the right thing to do. And it was the first time that I've ever seen in politics during a heated election cycle that it was nonpartisan.
I know.
Yeah.
It was Republicans. It was Democrats. It was independents. It was people who didn't vote, atheists, Christians. It didn't matter who it was.
All of us,
Don't touch our park.
Yeah.
Right.
And so it was actually, in my mind, the way that America should run.
Yes.
Is that you do what is right.
Yep.
Yeah.
And we did.
So when you saw, did we have the biggest outcry of all the different rallies?
I don't know if it was the biggest outcry, but it was large. I mean, if you drove down Anastasia Boulevard, which I know you did, Pete, that it was packed of people.
National news.
National news.
Global. Yeah.
So it was good. And again, it was the right thing to do. And look, and I applaud the governor for stepping away from it.
Yeah.
So kudos.
Yeah. So what was that like, though? This is like kind of David and Goliath story here. How did you go up in front and say, we need to make a change here?
It was the right thing to do. Anytime that something in my mind that affects so many people, And again, it's principle. This was a piece of land put into conservation.
Yes.
It wasn't a piece of land for future development. We have plenty of those, but this was a piece of land for conservation. Don't touch our conservation. Yeah. We can live with both.
And of course, we heard a few months ago, the big buzzword was kind of, this has been tabled. It's been shelved for now.
Right.
So 2025, new year. This is when a lot of people kind of expected this to kind of creep back up on us. Have you heard any rumblings of this coming back, of us having to deal with this again? When would you anticipate that maybe this comes back to the forefront?
It might. I know that there's a senator that is proposing a bill, Republican senator proposing a bill to not develop any state parks. So we'll see if that gets traction in the legislature.
Yeah.
Okay.
If it does, then I think it's dead.
Yeah.
If it doesn't, then I think we just got to keep an eye on it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think that's the litmus test.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah. I wasn't sure if you'd heard any new developments from your chair or not, but yeah, it seems like we're all kind of on the same page with that.
Mm-hmm.
So having served since 2019, I mean, let's go on a personal level a little bit. What's some of the most memorable moments you've had serving in the city commission on the St. Augustine Beach?
I think getting projects done. I think, getting the appropriations, that was a big win. I think it was the first time maybe in the history of the city of St. Augustine Beach that we were able to get appropriations, non-matching appropriations. Here's your money. One of the first things I did when I got on board of the commission is I started this program with ash cans, which are these receptacles that you can put cigarette butts in. And so they don't litter the beach, litter parking lots and stuff like that. So there are a lot of places around the city of St. Augustine Beach that have these ash cans. Then they are dumped out into a bucket that are picked up and they're used for recyclables, because apparently, I don't smoke, but the filter can be used as recyclables.
Oh.
So interesting.
That was a cool project.
For what, more cigarette filters?
For more cigarette filters. Maybe a chair. Maybe what we're sitting on are cigarette butts.
All those Marvel points. That's it.
But so that was a good thing because it cleaned up our beaches, right? Because I'd walk the beach. I still walk the beach. And you'd look down, there's cigarette butts. And I'm like, man, we how can we fix this? And so they're at different locations throughout the city. So appropriation, cigarette butts. I mean, getting things done is my biggest accomplishment, is that if you're an elected official, doesn't matter, state, local, national, if you can leave the spot a better place than you found it, then you're doing it for the right reasons. And I feel like that's what I'm doing.
Yeah.
What about the challenges that you faced?
There's always challenges, right? You're going to upset people all the time that your street is flooding and why haven't you fixed it? You fixed a street over there. Well, there's a master plan. And I think it's just really educating. And that's why, again, the Monday with the mayor has really been like, hey, let's talk about it and let's showcase what we're doing. So I think as we move into this year and future years, as long as we're transparent, and that's been another goal, is to make the city as transparent as possible. Because, again, I have 7,000 bosses. I tell people all the time, I don't work for one, I work for 7,000.
Right.
And so if I can make 50% of them happy, I'm doing a good job.
Yeah.
My last question for you, Mr. Mayor. How are you guys surviving without a Publix?
Yeah.
It's god awful. No disrespect to Winn-Dixie, but it is god awful. I mean, I have to, I have to cross the Mason-Dixon line, which I call the 312 bridge, to get to a Publix. So whether I go 206 or 312, I've got to leave the island, and that's not fun for us island people.
It's not. When is that coming back? When are they supposed to have that back?
From my understanding, Publix does not like to miss 2 holidays in a row.
I wouldn't think so.
So they weren't there for Thanksgiving or Christmas this year. So if that says anything, I guarantee it, they're going to push hard to be open by Thanksgiving of this year.
Yeah, for sure.
Because they don't want to miss it.
No.
There you go. Mayor Rumrell, thank you so much for coming by. This was a fun conversation, my friend. Thank you so much for coming in.
Great chat.
Mayor Dylan Rumrell, St. Augustine Beach.
Yeah,
they got a lot going on over there, man.
But yeah, I love the light of transparency. That's what we talked about in the beginning.
Because it hasn't always been that way. Right. So I like that he's really doing a good job of doing that and making some real quality of life changes out there on the beach, which is good.
Meeting people where they're at. That's the way to be.
Man. That's it. Old Town Trolley will meet you where you're at if you're at one of their trolley stops. Their licensed and talented tour conductors will share over 500 years of St. Augustine's history, culture, and old world charm while you experience unforgettable views on their open air trolleys. You're going to enjoy the city's European flavor, the brick-lined streets, and the sights such as the Castillo de San Marcos, the Fountain of Youth, and Henry Flangler's Henry Flangler's.
He's so wonderful.
Former Ponce de Leon Hotel. It's a 90-minute tour, 22 stops, more than 100 points of interest, and it's a whole lot of fun. You're going to laugh, you're going to enjoy your ride, and you're going to not have to drive through downtown. It's very nice.
Yes.
Old Town Trolleys. They're the green trains, and we love them.
And for over 45 years, Steve Chapman's All-American Air been serving St. Augustine and St. Johns County. They always take great pride in providing quality service and installations, in turn gaining a customer for life. Steve Chapman's All-American Air can match any price, but no one can match their quality and their service. Our friends at All-American Air will take exceptional care of your home unit. When was the last time somebody came over, gave you a great inspection, make sure everything's running efficiently? Well, get on one of those maintenance plans today, 904-461-0070.
And, of course, check out our friends at Bin 39 Wine Bar, located right there at 4 St. George Street. On the Orange Street side of St. George Street. Beautiful little courtyard to pop into. Enjoy some time with friends. Enjoy the weather. It's a good day to sit out there on the courtyard today.
Yes,
it really
sir.
is.
Yeah.
And sip a couple of glasses of wine. If you like what you're drinking, you can always take a bottle home.
Buy one, get one sangria.
Ooh.
Always good.
I got over 95 wines for you to choose from out there at Bin 39. Check them out today. They're the best. All right. Horoscope time. Scorpio, Sagittarius. Scorpio. Mysterious Scorpio. Your identity this week will be as subtle as a heavy metal concert.
Mm-hmm.
Your tactless honesty might scorch unintended victims. So do try to snip your verbal barbs. Verbal barbs.
Snip them.
Snip your verbal barbs.
You had me at snip. Nervous. Winced.
Beware of the overanalyzing situations that don't even exist. Like a scientist researching unicorns.
Wow.
Wow. People might wrongly assume you're hatching an evil plan when you're just trying to find the right filter for your Instagram post. Channel your dark energy into something productive, like sassy journal entries you secretly hope no one ever reads. Wouldn't you secretly hope that somebody did read those
Right.
ones?
I don't know if I want to put it in right. Yeah. I don't know.
If you put it in a journal, don't you kind of hope someone secretly reads it? Like
Yeah.
somebody finds it one day and it's like, oh, this
remember
is what
him.
they were
Gosh,
thinking.
what a dark human being.
Yeah, what a terrible person.
Probably.
That's what they'd say if they
Yeah.
read mine. Sagittarius, expect a week of adventurous aspirations, halting right at the doorstep of actually getting out there. Oh, so you're not going to do that. Okay. Your wanderlust threatens to break free, but the farthest you'll probably get is the supermarket aisle. Number 7 to be exact. No, you can't even get to like 12. You'll realize the concept of freedom involves being stuck in gridlock traffic. Spiritually, you'll try to fill your philosophical void with optimism.
Oh.
Or you can just prepare for insightful eye rolls while contemplating the existence over reheated pizza.
Air fry.
Sure, yeah, I heard that's the way to do it.
Definitely.
All right.
Definitely. All right, so we've got the St. Johns County Law Enforcement Torch Run coming up.
Oh, yeah!
Honoring
We love
Special
that one.
Olympics. Yes, we do. This is coming up. Save the date, February 15th at Francis Field, downtown St. Augustine. The run is 1.9 miles, non-competitive, and pace-controlled. Participants will be escorted by a motorcycle of law enforcement vehicles throughout downtown and on the Bayfront. All proceeds benefit the Special Olympics Florida by providing sports and gear and access to events. Your donation gives athletes the opportunity to do something they are so passionate about while representing our county across the state. Very, very cool. I'll put link in comments, but save that date, February 15th, 9 a.m., the Torch Run.
Cool. That's a good one.
Yeah, it is a good one. People love that one, and they got some new sponsors on board, so I love seeing this grow, too, every year. This is awesome.
Yeah.
Hey, Have a Heart Gala benefiting graduating St. Johns County High School seniors is coming up. This is brought to you by the St. Augustine and St. Johns County Board of Realtors. All proceeds benefit the school scholarship fund. Very, very cool. This is happening at Marsh Creek Country Club, which is 169 Marshside Drive. Save the date, February 11th from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. It's open to everybody in the community. So, yeah, if you want to find out some more information, go to the Board of Realtors page. I'll put link in comments. But yes, Have a Heart Gala. Very nice. Raising some money for some seniors.
Yeah, there you go. Cool.
Hey, got a message from the St. Augustine Shrine Club yesterday. The Sustainability Management Services will be renting out their venue on Thursday, January 23rd, for a teaching course and giving an exam for Serve Safe Food Management certification. This is awesome. It's open to the public, but seating is very limited. So if you're interested, go to the St. Augustine Shrine Club page and make sure you sign up. Again, January 23rd, that's a Thursday, and more information is going to be on their page.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, a lot of restaurant managers need that certification, so it's nice because I had to go to Jacksonville when I worked for Starbucks back in the day, so it's nice that it's going to be in our hometown.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Convenient.
Yes, sir.
All right, cool. Hey, speaking of convenience, Magnolia Family Dentistry. They are redefining what it means to visit the dentist in St. Augustine and St. Johns County. Great people over there, led by Dr. Paulo Rodriguez. And they're not just about clean teeth at Magnolia Family Dentistry. Of course, that's priority number one, but they're about a clean and extraordinary experience. The office is bright and beautiful and filled with smiling faces. It's just a great place to get your teeth worked on. It really is. Experience the difference out there at Magnolia Family Dentistry, where a healthy smile meets exceptional care. Easy to schedule your appointment. Just call 904-824-0990 and see the difference with Magnolia Family Dentistry.
Well, you have that difference. Well, how about the panache difference? Their team of carefully chosen and highly trained staff are there to exceed your expectation. The same goes for their elegant salon space dedicated to guest comfort and devotion to innovation and artistry. Panache is focused on making your day and continually raising the bar by aligning with the Veda's mission of ethical and sustainable business practices. They're amazing. They're an inspiration. So get posh and go to getpanache.com and get with it, boo.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, what do we got?
All right. Yes, we do. We have something. What did I do with it?
I did the job, boss.
I did.
Times people attempt to do their jobs, but fail.
There it is. All right, this first one. The first Polish language dictionary published in 1746 included definitions such as horse. Everyone knows what a horse is.
That's great.
It's perfect.
That's a great definition. Yeah.
All right, this next one, the welder took the instructions a little too seriously. He put in the 60 centimeters and then the 25.
Oh my God, you gotta be kidding me.
That's a little dopey. I think
that's weird.
I think that was intentional though,
Yeah,
right?
maybe, hopefully.
Ooh, setting it straight. Back in the days of newspapers, typographical error. Due to a typing error, Saturday's story on local artist John Henninger mistakenly reported that Henninger's bandmate Eric Lede was on drugs.
No.
The story should have read that Lede was on drums. I regret that error.
That's great. Well, at least they corrected their error. They don't do that anymore.
I mean, yeah, it's pretty rock star.
Yeah.
Next up, not sure how you read this sign, but this to me says follow someone home, right? Yeah. It's not very clear, but it says follow traffic rules. Someone is waiting at home for you.
Yeah.
That's still creepy.
Follow someone home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This next one, that's kind of hard when you're handicapped. What is she, like the pole on the side? Is she supposed to climb? I feel for this girl. Sorry.
I mean, that's high anyway.
Right?
That's way high up there anyway. What's it doing way up there?
What are they doing?
God.
Stupid. Next up, the new guy was asked to make sure the printer has paper. Oh,
that's not how you do it.
That's
Stupid.
lazy. Open it up there, Buster.
Gosh.
Next up, don't go swimming in cigarettes.
Oh, yeah.
No smoking.
Well, luckily the mayor put those, ash, ash things out there. Yeah.
This was the first round.
Yeah.
Next up, okay, Rick, I painted the Mercedes, boss.
Oh, boy.
It's like fuzzy bubble gum.
God, I'd be so
mad, right? Oh my God, so bad.
Jesus.
Next up, I put the ad on the truck, boss. Get order window today, starting $300, and then the $ per windows, including installation, and then there's the number.
I have to imagine the numbers backwards,
But
too.
if you're installing windows, don't you want to see like symmetry and perfection?
Yes.
This is like all crooked.
Yeah. No, I would never hire this person to do that.
Yeah. And finally, hung up the new basketball hoop, boss. Oh,
okay.
Right over the old one.
That's not regulation size.
No, that's coming down.
All right.
So silly.
Good stuff. We appreciate the mayor coming by, and we appreciate y'all watching.
Bye, everybody.